Hello and welcome to Learn Data. It's great to have you on this channel. I'm Nilesh, and in this video we are going to look at how we can use Google Colab in this series. So just a very brief introduction. If you have first, what I'd like you to do is sign in to your Google account and then have uh, this page Google, or you can search for Google Colaboratory, and here if you click on Google Colab, this is the page that opens. And here if you click on this welcome to Colaboratory, that's the notebook that's already created default by Colab, and you can try running through this. What I want to show is how to create a new notebook and then go through what the menu items are. So if you click on new file, so let me zoom in here a little bit. So here if you click on file, new notebook, so that will open a new notebook, as you'll see here in just a moment. And this is the layout is similar to what we had in Jupyter notebook. So you have the cells to write the code, and then you have the text cell to write text. So here I can say heading, sorry, you can say heading, and so that's the heading, and again you can say heading or heading. So based on the number of hashes, you can change the font size for that particular uh, text or markdown, as well as you can just this is and so should have been uh, this should have been a markup or text cell. So what I'm going to is delete this. So to delete a cell, you can simply right click on it and click delete cell, or you can use the shortcut command or control D. And same thing here, you can delete this cell. If I want a new text cell, I can create this, and here simply say heading. So heading with 2 hashes, heading with 3 hashes, and then if you just want to write a sentence, this is a sentence, and when you run this you get these headings right here, and these are the cells for writing the code. So you could say import pandas as pd, for example, that, and then you can see that the code has run, and you get a check mark right next to it. And while we are at it, let's see how we can get TensorFlow and Keras in this. So everything is pre-built, so there's no need to install anything. Simply need to type import TensorFlow as tf, and that will import TensorFlow. And once that is imported, we can check what version of TensorFlow it is. So if you type tf dot underscore underscore version underscore underscore and run that cell, here we see that this is a 2.7.0 version of TensorFlow that we have, and similar to that we can check the same thing for Keras. So from TensorFlow import Keras, and we can check the version of Keras dot underscore underscore price version, and then run this cell. So we see that Keras we have the same version 2.7.0 that we have in this Colab notebook at the time of recording this video. Now on here, one important thing that you'll need is uploading data files to get access in this notebook. So if you go to this right hand side, you see this files icon. You click on this. One thing you can do is you can manually upload. So if you click on upload, and then here I'm uploading this file from the desktop, so it will get uploaded as you see here. But then one thing to remember is that the uploaded files will get deleted when the runtime is cancelled. So this is just a temporary storage. If you need to store the files, you'll have to upload them to Google Drive and then access the files from there. So for this particular one, we can access this file now. So to get the path to this file, if you click on this file, you can say copy path, and then here down below, if you type path is equal to, let's say this is the path, and I'm going to import matplotlib. So let's run the path, and then from matplotlib dot pyplot import import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and here then you can see img is equal to plt.imread, and you can specify the path, and then we look at the file plt.imshow, and here you can write img. So that way now you can see that we have imported that file that we had uploaded earlier. So that's one way. Now here there is also option to mount the Google Drive that you have. So if you click on this icon, mount drive, so here you will be asked if you allow that Google Drive to be accessed. Permit this notebook to access your Google Drive files. So you can say connect to Google Drive, and after you do that, on the left hand side you should see G Drive. As so here we can see drive, and then within drive you can see my drive, and then all your files would be in this particular drive. Again, to access files from that drive, you can simply go to here, get the path, and then you can type the path to get the files that you are looking for. So again, here the path would be my drive, and then you can use this path to add file name in front of it and access the files in that way. So that was how we can upload the files to Google Drive, as well as just to this temporary folder right here. And now let's look at important parts in the menu. So if you go to file, here one part that I've used most often is new notebook. Of course you need that, and then sometimes you'll upload a notebook or open a notebook, open an existing notebook. So you can work through that by simply clicking. It will give you an option to open a notebook right from here, and accordingly, if you have uploaded a file, if you want to upload a notebook, you can upload the notebook here and then read that particular notebook. Accordingly, you can save copies to the drive, and you can also download. So you can download this file as a IPYNB, so that can be opened in Jupyter Notebook on your local machine if you want to, or you can download it as a .py file. So both options are available. So if I click on this, I can get an option to download the files, and so on. You can save the file. Next, you have edit cells. So these are all the shortcuts to add or remove cells. And after that, I'd like you to show this important part in runtime. If you go to down below here, there is change runtime type. If you click on that, this is where you can select if you want to use a GPU or a TPU or none of those. So default is none. Now if you want to use GPU, you can select on GPU, and then if you click save, it will allocate a GPU for this notebook to run on. And similarly, you can use TPU as well. But if you do not need that, you can just leave it as null. And on the right hand side, here you have how much memory you are using and how much disk space you have. So right now, here we are using 1.141 GB of almost 12.69 GB RAM that we have available, and the disk space, we have 100 GB disk space available. Of that, I'm using 41.87 GB. So let's try and change this runtime type now to GPU, and here I'm going to save this particular setting. And now if I go down here, you'll see that it is connecting, initializing, and now it will connect. And after it connects, we should be able to see the new configuration that we have. So here now we have the RAM, we have RAM, and again 12 GB disk space we have. Now the allotted disk space is 78 GB, and along with this we have connected view resources. We can go there, and here you can see we have GPU RAM, the bar, but we do not see how much RAM we are allocated here. But we do see that we are not using any RAM right now. And here next we have manage sessions. So if you have a couple of notebooks running, you can terminate those. So I'm going to terminate these two because we are not using those. And this particular notebook we are using it right now, and the RAM used is 1 GB, and we are using GPU there. So that's what we have at hand here. As we go through this particular series, I'll update you on additional tips and tricks that we can use while working with Colab, such as finding how much GPU is available to us, or etc. So for now, this is the notebook that we'll be using. The key points to remember is the cells are similar to what we had in Jupyter Notebook. You can add coding cells. To run a coding cell, you can simply click the plus sign, and similarly you can add a text cell, and again the text cell is a markdown, so you can type text there, and you hit so right now I'm running this with shift enter, and it will run the that particular cell. So that was it for this video. If you have any specific questions on Google Colab, please feel free to post them in the comment section below, and I will try to respond to them as best as possible. So I hope to see you all in the next video. Until then, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.